All right, so what we're doing today, we're going to go over mechanics. This is the second training session. If you missed the first one, that's fine. You can go on and go to YouTube and look at it. And then right at the end of this, I'm going to show you guys how to go in and register for Dragonfly. So, but first we're going to talk about just basic mechanics. That's all we're doing today. Just very, very basic mechanics. So we're going to start with a crew of 4 because that's what most of you are going to start with in middle school and JV game. And that's what we have. The first 4 or 5 clips today, they're all crew of 4 JV game. So first things first, in a crew of 4, you got 4 positions: referee, umpire, line judge, headline judge. So essentially you got 2 wings, umpire, and a referee. Your 2 wings, those are your 2 officials on the sideline on the line of scrimmage. Referees behind the offense, umpires behind the defense. Umpire going to be about 7-8 yards behind the defense. Referee 12. But first things first, kickoff. Kickoff in a crew of 4 is pretty easy. The wing official who's opposite the press box is going to be your headline judge. And we mean the main press box. As you can see, this is Calhoun. They have a press box, and then they have this box on the visitor side. That box is for the opposing team to film. So we don't consider that a press box. I'm talking about a real, actual press box. So you have your headline judge. He's opposite the press box. He is on K's restraining line. And the wing official on the press box side, the line judge, he is on R's restraining line. So when we hear say K, we're talking about the kicking team. Here say R, we're talking about the receiving team. Team that's going to receive the ball. In a regular kickoff formation, where we had no penalty or anything, K's restraining line is the 40. R's restraining line is going to be the 50. So that leaves 10 yards in the middle that no one can go into. So if you're the wing official on a kickoff, the first thing you're looking for, you're going to count K and check off with each other. So you're going to count all the players on the kicking team, make sure we got 11. And line judge, you're going to make sure, see how every player from K, except the kicker, see how they're all inside 5 yards. That's what you're looking for too. They can have a foot on the 35-yard line, but they can't be past it. They all have to start inside 5 yards, except for the guy kicking the ball. The guy who kicks the ball is the only one who can be beyond 5 yards. That's the first thing you're looking for. Both counting, and then you're also, before the kick, you're going to make sure until he kicks it that none of these players cross the 40. Now, if it's a deep kick, if they have a foot or head over the 40, that's fine. You just don't want a foot on the ground beyond the 40. But if it's a short pooch kick or an onside kick, then we treat that 40 like a plane. And any body part crosses it before foot hits leather, then you got a flag. And you kill it. So as soon as if they commit encroachment or offsides that we call it, blow it dead. Throw your whistle, throw your flag in the air. Same thing with R's restraining line. Now R is a little bit different. They cannot be touching the 50 or whatever their restraining line happens to be. They have to be behind it. Cannot be on it. So let's talk about the setup for, you're the umpire. You're going to be opposite the press box, same side of the headline judge. 25 or 30, depending on the kicker. Looks like this umpire is closer to the 30. That's fine. Referee, you may be a little bit deeper. You probably want to be about as deep as the receiving team, the guy who's going to field the ball. So going to be about that deep. And pre-kick, y'all are going to count our players. Make sure you got 11. And signal off with each other. And then when it's kicked, referee, you're going to make sure it's fielded cleanly. You and the umpire are going to wind the clock. And then after that, we're just looking for holding, blocking the back, anything else illegal. Kind of work your zone. So if you're the wing here, you're kind of going to be looking in this area. If you're the umpire down here, you're going to be kind of looking in the middle. Same thing over here. Line judge, you kind of be looking kind of outside the hashes. The referee, you're going to be kind of cleaning up all back in here. Keep an eye on the runner. It's hard to do with a crew of 4. Just kind of spread out your eyes, field as much as you can. That's pretty much it for kickoffs. All right, so let's talk about basic scrimmage play. So your basic scrimmage play, like I said, we got four officials on the field, 2 wings, umpire, referee. We're 2 wings, so you're going to be on the line of scrimmage on either sideline. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to count the defense. So you're going to make sure we got 11 on defense. If you got 10 or 12, we're not going to tell the coaches. The only time we tell a coach if you got 10 or 12 is on a kickoff. And that's because we don't want to start, especially start the game with a foul that we can avoid, like a legal substitution or anything. So if you have a kickoff and a player and the team's got 10 or 11 or 10 or 12, you can turn around and tell the coach, hey, coach, got 10 or 12. Make sure everyone's got 11 before we start. On a basic scrimmage play or punt or anything else, it's not a kickoff. If a team has 10, just signal to your other official that you got 10. Typically what I do is like cross my arms below my waist, kind of like an upside down X. That means I got 10. Some officials just do a thumbs down. I don't like thumbs down because if you're looking across the field and it's real dark, thumbs down and thumbs up, you can't tell the difference. So I like to do something a little more noticeable. If I have 12, I usually put my finger in there and twirl it, kind of like saying, basically telling the other guys, really, hey, let's recount. And that means we want to recount it, make sure we have 12, or make sure we have 11. If the snap is imminent, so if it looks like they're about to snap the ball, and a team has 12 players, and it doesn't look like someone's trying to run off the field, we'll go ahead and throw the flag before the snap if we can. We'll go ahead and shut the play down. That way we walk off 5 yards. Whereas if the ball snap, play goes on, and during the play we realize there's 12, then we got legal participation, which is 15 yards. So we try to get it before the snap if we can. So if you count 12 and snap is imminent, like it looks like they're about to snap it, and no one's trying to run off, then we'll go ahead and stop it, flag it, 5 yards. And now, obviously, if we have 10, we don't do anything. We just play goes on. Referee and umpire, you're going to count the offense and signal to each other. You see the referee, he's signaling to the umpire. You can see that referee, he's doing a thumbs up. Again, when I have 11, I don't like the thumbs up because, again, like I said, if it's dark, it's hard to tell between a thumbs up and a thumbs down. So if I got 11, I'll just do a fist. And whoever I'm working with, they know a fist means I got 11. So that's your pre-snap. Also, wings for your pre-snap, we are counting players on the line of scrimmage. Now, what we do we're not really counting who's on the line of scrimmage. We're counting more who's off the line of scrimmage. So who's in the backfield. We can't have more than 4 players in the backfield. So essentially, more than 4 players are off the line of scrimmage. Obviously, your quarterback's always off the line of scrimmage. In this particular formation, the running back, he's off the line of scrimmage. Again, this particular formation, our two inside receivers, see how they're off the line? They're off the line of scrimmage. So in this formation, we have four players off the line of scrimmage. That's all we need. You can have three. You can have two in the backfield. You just cannot have more than four. So if you have five in the backfield, we have a problem. There's a flag. There's a live ball flag. So if they snap the ball and they have five in the backfield, just throw your flag high in the air, let the play go, let it finish, then tell your referee you have five in the backfield. Typically, if you have five in the backfield, there's a legal formation. We want you to get with, after the play, get with the other wing, kind of confirm that he also had five. So hopefully you got two flags there, but always confirm. But like I said, we're gonna let that go. We're not let it go. We're gonna let the play go. We're not gonna kill it. And then we continue officiating. So what you're gonna do to signal to the other wing official, if you count four, then hopefully he counts four. And you're just gonna give a fist kind of downfield, kind of in front of your body, but downfield with your downfield hand. So offense is going left to right. If you're the wing in this particular play, you're just going to do a fist with your right hand. That means you got four in the backfield. We call this pre-snap stuff. Crew four on a pass play, you just officiate the best you can. Referee's always going to have a quarterback. Any plays on the quarterback, you're protecting him. So if you're this wing, you're just going to try and kind of cover the zone the best you can. Umpire, this depends. If you got something you need to look at, keep an eye on that. In this particular play, there's really no threat for the umpire to be looking at. So he can see he's going to move and kind of help with the pass. You also want to be looking for ineligible players downfield. So let's talk about that while we're here. Especially now with all these RPOs, we're calling a lot more eligible players downfield. So what that means, interior linemen who are covered up. So in this particular play, these two widest receivers are on the line. So all five of these interior linemen, they cannot go downfield. We give them 3 yards. 3 yards is the max. So it looks like they're snapping from the 31. So the farthest downfield they can go would be the 28 before it leaves the quarterback's hands. So about right here, looks like everyone's good. So that's what we're looking for. Let's say, for example, this receiver, say he's on the line of scrimmage. So let's say he's moved up about a step. In that situation, he cannot go downfield because he's covered up. So we'll talk more about that when we get into the rules, the next training. Right now we're just talking about mechanics. I just wanted to bring that up while we're looking at it. All right. Play 3. What did I have here? All right, so this is a little bit different formation. So remember, if you're a wing official, you are counting players on the line of scrimmage. Or we're counting off the line of scrimmage. I'm sorry. We want more than 4 off the line of scrimmage. So he's off the line of scrimmage. Got a quarterback, a running back. And if you notice here, we don't have 2 wideouts. We have him on the line of scrimmage, and then we got a wing back. For that wing back, we want to make sure that he is clearly off the line of scrimmage. Too often we're seeing a lot of teams, especially if we get these wing T or triple option teams that have these wing backs. Those wing backs like to scoot up as close to the line of scrimmage as they can. They have to be clearly off the line of scrimmage. We got to see some daylight, or we're going to count them as on. which it doesn't make an illegal formation, but if they go downfield, then you got a flag. Another thing, too, I want to talk about for our wings. Let's say that these two switch. So let's say he moves up on the line of scrimmage and he moves off. So you're still going to give your pre-snap mechanic signal of your right fist downfield out in front of you. Then you're also going to take your left fist and kind of punch, we call it punching back. So you're going to kind of hold it out to the left behind you. That's going to indicate that you have this furthest guy off the line of scrimmage. Let's just letting everyone know you see him as off the line of scrimmage. If, like I said, if they switch it. So if he's on line of scrimmage and he's off, you'll what we call punching back. And then this, I think, is just a run straight the middle. When the play is over, so during the play, wing guys, you kind of let the play go in front of you for a couple of minutes. For a few steps. And then watch how he just kind of trails behind. And then you square in. So what I mean by squaring in, if you had the ball down at, let's say, the 31 or 26, then you'll go sideways to a 26 and then come in toward the field. Call that squaring in. It just looks sharper rather than being rounding. So see how the headline judge is coming in and he's walking in. And then right, you can see the line judge right here. So he's got his downfield hand in the air. That's signaling the play's over. And yeah, just signaling the play that the runner's down, plays over. So that signals. And a crew, you see the umpire doing it. A crew of 4, that's fine too for an umpire to do it. That just lets everyone know, hey, play's over. We see it. If you have clock guys, it kind of helps them. So it also helps for your play clock. So if you have a guy run the play clock, they see the hand go in the air, they know they're going to wait a step or two before they start the 40-second clock. So then here we just have a little different formation or different angle, same formation, different angle. Remember when I talked about these wing backs being clearly off? This is what we're talking about. This guy's clearly off. See a lot of daylight. He can be a little bit closer, probably to about here, and still be okay. But we don't want to see him up here and then trying to tell us he's off. This is good. It's clearly off. Like I said, he can be a step or two up and be okay, but we want this clear. We want to see some daylight. So a lot of times you may hear us in training in Crews of 6 talk about how don't get beat to the goal line. Crew of 4, just kind of don't worry about that. Crew of 4, we just need to get it covered. So this is fine in Crew of 4, this headline judge. Let's play go in front of him, then he trails it from behind. And we just kind of help. We just know we're the Crew of 4, we're not going to have a guy on the goal line. But this is good mechanics here. Umpire, you're trailing, and you're just kind of watching stuff behind. You want to watch for cheap shots, plays like that. Let's talk about a punt. So Crew of 4, the punt is a little bit different. Your wings, instead of you guys both of you being on the line of scrimmage, your head line judge is just going to be on the line of scrimmage. The line judge, he's going to be down here with the punt returner. So the headline judge, you kind of got everything then. You're still just going to count 4 in the backfield, what you got here. You got these two, him and him. So that's kind of what you're looking for. And so everything else is pretty much the same. Umpires, we do want you giving, see if he gives it. See that signal? Watch for umpire. The signal he gives, that means we're in a scrimmage kick formation. And it means the snapper has protection. So this snapper, he cannot be hit while he's still vulnerable. Essentially, when he puts his head up, after he snaps it, he puts his head up and goes downfield, then he can be contacted. But before then, he cannot be. And that's what this signal is the umpire gives. It's just your fist, you roll them over. That just means we're scrimmage kick formation, snapper protection's on. They have the line judge down here. You're just looking for fair catch signal mostly before he catches it. Then afterward, we're all just kind of helping. You want to be looking at something like this. You want to make sure that's a clean block, which it is. See a good trail here by the line judge. Good job, the line judge trailing behind him. See, we don't want to be parallel. You want to be a few yards back. You can see better. Even right here, probably a little too close right here. I would hang back about right here, kind of let everything develop. But everything else is good. Anytime we have a play where the clock is stopped, we want to stop the clock. Like you see them do, just wave your hands over your head, like you're signaling for help. That's how we stop the clock. And the last play we'll talk about for crew of 4. So crew of 4, yeah. Crew of 4, see the referee, you're going to be lined up behind the kicker. Head line judge, same spot as usual. You're on the line of scrimmage, umpire. This is scrimmage kick formation, so you still have the snapper protection. And then the line judge, you're on the line of scrimmage, but your primary concern is going to be making sure the ball goes over the crossbar. And the referee's going to make sure it's between the uprights. And that's pretty much it for. Are there any questions specifically about a crew of 4 before we move on to some just generic mechanics? Anything have any specific questions about crew of 4? A lot of you early middle school JV should be doing a lot to start with. This is going to be mostly what you're doing. Any questions? Cool. So I got 4 more plays. These are just generic stuff. Whenever you can. So if you're set up on the goal line, we want you being off the field as much as possible. So particularly, so let's say we're inside the 5 in a crew of 4. I want you to watch far left side of the screen here. See how this referee or the headline judge is going to kind of come down. See how it comes to the goal line. Crew of 4 inside the 5. At snap, we call it crashing to the goal line. Which means once the ball snapped, we're going to go to the goal line and make sure it's covered. Another thing, when we are set up on the goal line, see how far off the pylon he is? That's perfect. That is the perfect distance off the goal line. We don't want you too close to the pylon. Number 1, it puts you in harm's way. Number 2, you just can't see as well. So further off the pylon, this belt right here is about 2 yards. This area right here, coaches are supposed to stay clear of it. Players are supposed to clear of it for us to officiate. Once we get inside the goal line, I'm usually toes on that line. That's how far off I am. Just wider is better, and it keeps you out of harm's way. Only thing I would say here, when you have a ball carrier, especially if you have players from an opposite team, going in this direction, turn with him. So see, he's giving the signal and facing in. I would just kind of turn with the player who just ran out of bounds, just kind of turn with them and still signal. And don't be so quick to signal. Usually give a pretty good delay. I mean, that's not too bad. But you won't be too quick to signal. few minutes delay is fine. This is just going to be another example of the play is going to be right here on this right side pylon. See how he's just good distance. I would like him to be a little bit further down, really goal line extended. Be a better angle probably, but point I'm trying to make here is just kind of give yourself distance between yourself and the play. Again, keep yourself out of harm's way, but also it just wider's better, gives you a better view. And again, when you give your signal, turn with the players so you keep an eye on them in case anything happens. And then you can give your signal. Nothing says we have to be facing the field to give a signal. So I always want to keep eyes on the players. There's just going to be a couple of things. Look at this. Number one, fumble mechanics. So when we have a fumble on the field and you know it's a fumble, you're going to drop a beanbag. Beanbag lets everyone know. See how it drops the beanbag. Look at this headline, Judge. Beanbag lets everyone know we have a fumble. It's also a spot in case we have certain fouls. It's a spot we come back to. When we have a fumble, then a recovery or an interception and return the other way, we do what's called reverse mechanics. And that's where we just go as fast as we can. Do what you can to get downfield. Now, one thing I want to talk about here, when you have a foul during the play, throw your flag and keep officiating. See how we have a flag, and he stops. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Especially, he's the covering official. So this official has to get the spot or help with the spot. And if there's a flag, stops officiating. And then, other stuff could happen. You still have responsibilities. Just because you have a foul doesn't mean you stop officiating. Take a mental note of the foul, the numbers, and where it occurred. Throw your flag and keep officiating. Just keep going downfield. Because he's got goal line. So if he's not on the goal line, and the last one we'll look at. This is an example of throwing the foul and continuing to officiate. So here we have the foul there. Blah, below the waist. That official threw the flag, and then he keeps officiating. Then you see good distance right here between the wing official, the deep, and the pylon.